before YouthBuild, and it wasn't typical, man. It was actually quite. I think we got the two letters in the front mixed up, the typical and the difficult. I think that's what it is, man. So, it was real hard, man. My only goal was to try to make sure I had financial stability, make sure I had clothes on my back, on my food to eat, So I think the main thing in my life, man, was it was a working attitude. I wanted to have a job, make sure I wanted to have some kind of financial stability coming in, but it was how I was working that really wasn't helping me out in the long run, man. Every step that I was taking, it was like a step going backwards instead of a step going forward. So I want to try to have my first job at like the library. So I'm like, okay, I got my first job, man. My sister and brother was working, so I'm doing pretty good, but I need some more money. So then I started selling, Start selling drugs, man. Now I'm working in the library and selling in the library and out the library. So it's like, okay, man. It's like Twilly D and Twilly Dumb mixed in one, So now I got to put my priorities together and find out which one I'm going to get, because now I just got fired. Because one of the ladies kind of found out that I was under the influence while I was at work. So lost that job, and then I was still trying to hustle and still trying to make money on the side, man. And it became more and more deep into it, man. The money became bigger and bigger, but I was still losing focus on my main goal, which was I always wanted my own business. That's one thing I always wanted to do, get my own business. So I want to have my own money, make my own money, and put it in the bank, provide. But it was how I was doing it that kind of just threw me out a whole back step, man. So I went to 6 different schools. I went to Beaumont, I went to Cleveland, I went to McClure North, and then I went to California, to Harupa Valley. Lord only knows where that is. And then I went to Memphis, South Hamilton High, and then none of those worked, so I came back to St. Louis. And then I went to a GED program. It was downtown, and that one just closed. It closed down like about a year ago, and I didn't even get to finish my classes in there. So I went to Shearwater. I just heard Shearwater on the radio, man. I'm thinking, like, when I was there, I ain't hear nothing about no radio or Shearwater, nothing, man. So, I'm like, oh, they must be doing real good now, man. But the age limit was 21, so I had to get up out of there at the age of 21. So I guess at the end of the whole road before YouthBuild, I was at home watching TV, and that commercial came on with the dude from Battle Rock. Everybody hate that commercial, man. What are you doing, man? Why you sitting at home like, man, turn this off, man? But I ended up getting to going to Missouri Career Center, man, and then going on up here to YouthBuild. So it turned out pretty good, man. My mom introduced me to YouthBuild, so it turned out pretty good, man. I dropped out of high school in 2005. I dropped out because the first reason I got chased out of school by the principal. When it was an all sweep, so me and my partner, we ran on the bus, got on the bus as quick as we can, jetted out of there. Come to find out, he was in his car, driving right next to the bus. So we got off the bus, man. He took us, man, right back to the school. We got suspended, and I never went back, man. I never went back to school. It was real difficult, man. School was real difficult for me, man. I always tried, since the 3rd grade, I always tried to figure out what I was going to do for school, what I was going to do, how to be able to get good grades. So one day I went to my uncle's house, man, and he asked me, he was like, why you not in school no more, man? I was like, well, man, school ain't for me, I get my education in one way, but school just ain't for me, man. And he consistently told me, man, one thing, you need your education, and, because some of the mistakes he made, he didn't want me to make and everything. It went in one ear and smooth out the other, And I went back on the streets, man, doing my thing. So I pretty much dropped out of school, man, just for the love of money, man. But it was a blind side, but I didn't know the end of it. I felt the need to change. Man, it's different between being a boy and a man. It's different between your past and your future, from being the last person and the first person. All of the things that's good, I never was. So I had to look at the other side and see how green the grass was over there and how how dirty the grass was over here, so I wanted to try to make another move, man. And coming to YouthBuild, you know, it bettered me I know when I first got here, man, I still had difficult ways, man. I still was under the influence and stuff, got sent home, this and that and the other. But once you get to the bottom of the bottom, man, and it's like you get sick and tired, you're at your last point. And it may not even be the people who you surround yourself around, it may be the people who surround themselves around you, man. You might have to eliminate yourself from that crowd or from that group. Get your thoughts and your mind together, man. And then come back and start over as a new person and try for that one day. Once you try for that one day and it go good and you kind of got a mature feel about it, try the next day. You know, you got 7 days out the week, man. So try your best to get to the weekend. But on the weekend, you definitely got to make sure you try on the weekend. It's not no off day. When you grow to be from a boy to a man, that's for the rest of your life. That's all day, every day. You know, whether you at the store, whether you at your school, whether you at your kid's school, your sister's job, wherever, man. So a growing process, man, and YouthBuild helped me do that, and it just helped me to become a better person, to realize what's more important, which is education, financial stability, and growth, and stability in life, instead of kind of just falling off the cliff every once in a while, man.